Hey, I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love Keytars. And today, I wanted to take a step back and go back into something that I was talking about 2 videos ago. Arpeggios and arpeggiators and why I love them so much. Now, this is a little bit of music theory. It's a little bit of art smashed together and I hope you dig it. So, what is an arpeggio? Arpeggios are a chord that's broken up into bits. So let's say a chord. A chord is a sound of notes, at least 2 or more, played together. Now, if you break up those notes individually, that is an arpeggio. And what an arpeggiator is really just I'm going to play a whole bunch of broken up chords for you. And it's a button on a synthesizer. It's a button on a keyboard. It's a button on a Keytar. And it saves so much time and energy if you want to run around and have fun on stage. So I'm going to play you an arpeggio. I'm going to play different arpeggiators in several different Keytars that I have, just so you see what I'm talking about. So let's start with an arpeggio. So arpeggios, again, are broken up chords. And we're going to sit down at the piano and go over it. So here is a piano and here is a good old-fashioned arpeggio. So let's start with the C minor chord. That's a C minor chord. Your C, an E flat, and a G. Now, if I was going to play them as just a chord, I just play them all together like that. But let's say we want an arpeggio. To break up an arpeggio, basically you play the different notes, not all together, but broken up. And believe it or not, in music, arpeggios are everything. If you can't figure out a melody yet, if you hear the sounds of the song in your head, but you haven't figured out the melody yet, starting with chords is a great place to begin, okay? And playing on chord progressions and arpeggios will help you flesh out finding the melody in that song if you quite can't like play it yet. The melodies will come out as you learn your arpeggios. So again, this is a chord, a C minor chord, and this is a C minor arpeggio. Now, if you have a state-of-the-art, super-duper keyboard, then it's going to play some really complex arpeggios for you. So this is my Roland Juno stage. I love this because it lets me be super duper lazy sometimes. So there is a little button right there that is our arpeggiator. We're going to use that. It shows the pattern of each arpeggio that this guy can play. And of course, here's that same C minor. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me turn this up. Let's see. Now, again, that same arpeggio, but played on a different keyboard. The cool thing about this keyboard is you could turn your arpeggio into anything you want it to be. So look, that's the style of this arpeggio. You can make it more complex. Let's see. See all those little dots? Now let's listen to it again. Different. Let's see if I can hold it. Let's see, hold. There we go. Hold. And I'm going to go through the different arpeggio styles so you could hear how they sound. There's actually a favorite one in here that I really love. Close. I think we're almost there. I think it's this one. Hold on. This is the one. I love this on a good bass line. So let's listen to that. Let's find a bass line. Let's see, bass. Let's pick something. Ooh, rubber bass. Ooh, I like that. Ah, punch bass. Now let's listen to this guy. Here we go. Now that same arpeggio, but with a bass sound. Again, my favorite arpeggio, my favorite keyboard for arpeggios. But let's say you're a Keytar player and you don't want to be stuck behind a keyboard or a piano and you want to run around on stage and have a lot of fun. Then you can do this with a Keytar. And I'm going to show you a couple of Keytars that have arpeggiators on them that I really like. So right here, I don't play this a lot, but this is the Behringer MS-1. It's a cool analog synthesizer. It's a clone, but it can do almost everything that the original Roland SH-101 could do. Now, again, here's my C minor. We're going to hit the hold so it plays it. And arpeggio. There we go. And you've got 7 different locations to play different arpeggios. So, let's see. Interesting. Let's see. That's a nice descending one. And now it's going to get a little bit more basic. Again, arpeggio. Again, let's do this with another Keytar. This is the Korg RK100S. This is the RK100S DOS. Now, let's turn this baby on. And again, arpeggio, but each arpeggio, each synthesizer, they're all different. They all do something different. They all have different settings on them. You can change this arpeggio on this guy. Now, here we go. You're going to hit this little button. Ooh, yeah, right there. That's the arpeggio button. You could tell by this little zoomy lights going across, telling us it's going to be an arpeggio. Let's play the C minor. Let me find a nice lead. And arpeggio on the lead. Exactly! It sounds like a video game. It sounds like a dope video game, actually. It sounds like I'm winning. Now, what's cool about this guy is you can change the tempo of the arpeggiator by hitting this little tap button, and it will change the speed of your arpeggio. Here's a nice 96. Oh, sorry, 26. Let's change it to 96. Okay. Let's change it to 111. A little faster. Here, how about 202? Again, it's just a simple chord, but super duper fast. Now, I have more. One of my favorite Keytars and one of my favorite arpeggiators is in this guy. This is the Roland Axe Edge. Now, I'm doing this thing lately. It's where I'm trying to watch Headbangers Ball. If you've never seen Headbangers Ball, it was for all the heavy metalheads in the 1980s and the 90s. Basically, I think it was on Friday nights on MTV or Saturday nights where they would devote 2 hours to only heavy metal videos. So lately, I've been trying to listen to Headbangers Ball and play the leads that I hear on those classic 80s metal. And hopefully, classic 80s metal will make me a better keyboard player. Let's see. Now the arpeggiator on the Roland is on the very end. And again, you just hit a C minor. Ooh, let's find a nice lead. Find a nice lead and let's go. Now, imagine you're playing on stage. Imagine you want the sound to be rocking. You want it to be blasting, but you still want to run around and have fun and dance and all that good stuff. Arpeggio and Arpeggiators is your best friend. So basically, let's play like 3 chords. Let's say a C minor, an F, E flat, and let's say a G. Now, played all of those notes without even moving an inch. Now let me throw in a drum. Bring it up an octave. Again, just 3 chords and a whole bunch of notes. And it gives the player the opportunity to run around on stage, to have fun while playing music without having to work too hard in their brain with the whole music theory. Now, I never go over music theory too much in my videos because honestly, I used to obsess about music theory. I used to obsess about being a good technical music writer. And at the end of the day, I learned that I just want to play the chords, man. I just want to sing the songs and the harmonies and have fun playing. So I decided to change my entire outlook on music and to just have fun with my songwriting. Again, an arpeggiator is your best friend if you want to do exactly that. If you have your song written down, if you just have chords, the arpeggiator, a good different pattern, will kind of spice it up for you and it'll fill in all the blanks that you're not, like if you're not 100% done with your song, an arpeggiator will fill in the blanks for you, okay? Hugs, health, and happiness. I'm Chris and I love Keytars.